Halo semua, this is Budi Purba and I'm excited to be part of Humans of Telecom.
Hey everyone, a very warm welcome to Humans of Telecom, the Unplugged podcast. This is your host Anurag Aggarwal, Chief Revenue Officer at GMS. As you all know, this podcast takes you behind the scenes of the fast-paced world of telecom and showcases the human side of some of the most well-known individuals within this industry. And today's guest is someone who is not only well-known, but someone who is respected and loved all across the telecom industry. Whoever gets an opportunity to meet him is left spellbound by his amazingly comfortable and approachable attitude and his unmatched humility. I recently met this individual at a fantastic telecom event in Bali called Batik 2023, and I was overawed when I came to know that beyond being such a senior business leader, this gentleman holds so many other passions such as singing, playing the guitar, dancing, and whatnot. He has devoted over 25 years to the largest mobile carrier in Indonesia, and it's a privilege and honor to welcome him on our show today. So, without further ado, please join me in welcoming Budi Purba, CEO at TELIN, that is Telkom International. Pak Budi, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for agreeing to be a part of this journey. We'd love to hear more about you. Which part of the world do you belong to, and from where are you joining this podcast today?
Hi, Anurag. I'm from Indonesia. I'm based in Jakarta, so I'm joining this podcast from Jakarta, from my office.
Wonderful, Pak Budi. It is such a pleasure to have you here on the show. So to start with, we'd love to know a lot more about your journey. You've mentioned you are from Jakarta and you are today also joining from Jakarta. Today you are the CEO at TELIN. But we'd love to know more about your journey. How has it been like growing up in Indonesia? Where have you done your education from? And how did you get into the telecom space? And how has the journey been within the telecom group?
Yeah, Anurag, even though I'm based in Jakarta, actually I'm originally coming from North Sumatra. I come from the small village in North Sumatra. So I come from the slightly underprivileged family. But my parents, especially my father, always taught me that the education is important. So that time, I have to walk about 5 kilometers back and forth just to go to my school. So it's always a dream that, I can go to or study in university, right? Even though at that time, my father always taught me that, Budi, one day you will study abroad. He said, it's just like a dream for me because coming from that family, right? And then not only that, my father also taught to my other's family that he said that I'm going to study abroad. So then the opportunity come when I graduated from the high school, and then I got the scholarship from Telkom. So at that time, Telkom just started their university. So I studied my undergraduate in that university with a full scholarship from Telkom Indonesia. And then right after I graduate, then Telkom also offered me to continue my postgrad in Australia. And they give me full scholarship also for that one. So it's just like a dream come true what my father told me that one day I study abroad finally came true. And because of that, all the scholarship that I got from Telkom Indonesia for my bachelor and master degree, then I have to sign contract with Telkom that I have to work with Telkom about 11 years. But I really enjoyed that. So that's why the reason I come to the telecom industry, actually. Yeah.
Wonderful, Park. So it's amazing to hear your story, your background, and so much that you have done even as a child. As you said, 5 kilometers every day going and coming back from school, something which today we take for granted. And it's amazing to see that how you've risen above these hardships. And I must say for sure, the Telkom group must be very happy that the investment that they made in Park Budi has turned out to be far more attractive than anybody would have imagined, right?
I'm the one that really grateful. You know?
Well, that's your humility as always speaking, Park. And Park, in this journey so far, you've spent over 25 years within the space now. If I ask you that, share with us one or two very impactful and memorable moments. I'm sure there must have been many, but
Yeah.
if I have to ask you to share one or two very impactful moments in your career so far, which would those moments be?
Yeah, Anurag, I think I will share you the two moments were really meaningful for me. The first one, when I was still an engineer, I think really gave me an impact how to develop my leadership and how I manage on the critical situation. So I think when we start doing the expansion on the international business, and then my group CEO met with the minister in Malaysia, and they agree that to facilitate, we start our business in Malaysia, and they already agreed to launch the service less than 2 months from that meeting. So then my group CEO asked me to handle this and to make sure we do the launchings, as he promised to the minister. So I only had less than 2 months. I think it's about 1 month, 28 days from the preparation, setting up the office, get a license, and also, liaise with the mobile operator to do the MVNO business, sorting all the deals, and then launch the product. And finally, we had the grand launchings attended by the minister himself. So it was really quite stressful, but during that time, I learned, how I should lead the team and even lead more senior people to make sure that happen. So finally, I did it. I think I learned from that how I should manage the critical situation and develop my leadership. The second thing is it's back to 2016. My CEO asking me to back to TELIN and start the turnaround and growing the business in TELIN. During that time, back to 2016, our performance was not so good, Anurag. So I think our revenue is still quite small, mostly dependent from the group. And our net income, in fact, during that time was negative. So I have to do the turnaround. So the first thing that I was thinking is, yes, I have some plan to do the turnaround. But what I see, the most important thing is the people, having the right people. So that's the things that I'm focusing. So then try to get also more people joining TELIN. So I share with them my vision and my dream. That's why then, the people like maybe, Nicholas Su before, and then Azmal Yahya also joining my team. And then we start building the business in TELIN, and we did a turnaround within 5 years. Then we see that our revenue already grew by 3 times, and our net income already positive and grew by 5 times. So I think it was a remarkable journey for me with all the team that I have, and we put the legacy, and we still continue to do the transformation to make sure that TELIN still growing and become one of the global company.
Wonderful, Park. And I think as even the show goes, Humans of Telecom, one knows the importance of having the right team. And I can say with complete confidence that I've interacted with the Telin team under your leadership. And it's amazing to see how you've grown the team with such fantastic individuals. Nicholas Su is a good friend, and incidentally, he's featured on this podcast as well in the past.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's amazing to see all the transformations which are happening inside Telin. So, completely hats off to you for all the initiatives you're taking up. All right. And with that, Park, we move to our next section, which is the human side. So now we put work behind and we focus purely on Park Budi. So, Park, I have mentioned in my introduction so many things, which itself was shocking for me that you do, singing, dancing, and acting also, maybe. So, I mean, it's amazing to see so many facets of your personality. So, if the listeners have to know one shocking thing about Park Budi that maybe they still don't know, what would that thing be?
Do you still believe if I say that I am introvert? and I have nervous even talking to people in public. Do you believe me?
Well, Park, I mean, I think in today's time, one sees so many introverts being able to pull out a completely different side of theirs. So, I mean, I can totally believe that. But I would believe that over time, you would have also moved on to becoming an extrovert because I've seen your amazing hospitality when I was there at Batik last month. But yep, okay, let's hear more about this. So, is that still a part of your personality?
Yes, still, because sometimes talking in public was sometimes still feeling nervous. When I told my team also they don't believe me that I have that kind of thing. But sometimes it makes me also do better preparation because of that, right? Yeah.
Wonderful, Park. So I guess that is definitely something shocking which one has not heard about you. And on that note, our second question about your passion. So once again, there were so many aspects of yours which I had mentioned in the introduction. What would be the biggest thing that helps you recharge? What is that one activity and that one passion which really motivates you?
Yeah, Anurag, I like sport. I play many sports, but soccer is my primary sport. I still play soccer with TELIN teams even until today. I play badminton, I play table tennis, I play basket, and every morning also, if I'm in Jakarta, I try still to do like jogging or running in the morning before coming to the office. So that's my regular things on the spot. The other things is I like koi fish. I have two ponds in my house, two koi ponds, and when I come back from the office, I'm feeding the koi fish. It's kind of refreshing, release all the things that I had in the office. So that's kind of the ritual that I'm doing to recharge myself.
Wonderful. And the koi fish, incidentally, as I understand, is a symbol of strength, perseverance, love, bravery, and dedication. So I think those facets of the koi fish and your personality seem to go quite hand in hand. So I can understand why this would be something of interest to you.
You know what? There is one philosophy actually, Anurag, when you learn about the koi fish, because koi fish is normally is hard to take care, right? There is one principle. What I learned is, if you have the koi fish, what you need to do is you just need to take care the water and let the water take care the fish. It's same principle when you are doing business. You just need to take care the people and let the people take care the business.
Amazing. That is such a wonderful thought. All right. And on that note, we now get into two games that we play. So, the first game, Park, I'm going to be putting up five words to you. And for each word, I'd love to know the first thought that comes to your mind. So, are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Perfect. So, the first word is telecom.
Connecting the word.
All right. The second is motivation.
Passion is about passion. Passion will motivate you.
Absolutely. The third is family.
Family is everything because whatever you are doing is is for your family, right?
And Park, you mentioned that you've grown up in some other part of the country. So, is your family still back there or have they all shifted to Jakarta? How is it for you and your family now?
My family still in my hometown in North Sumatra. So only my mother now I have, and my two sisters still in the North Sumatra as well. While I have one sister that living here in Jakarta with me. Yeah.
Amazing. Wonderful. All right. The fourth word is career.
Career is about giving the impact. Career is not the goal. Career is the way that how we get a way to give more impact to the other people.
That's a wonderful thought. And our final word where we are today, podcast.
Sharing. So podcast is about sharing. I love to share also to everyone and listening also the podcast from other people just to get other thought about everything. Yeah.
Wonderful. And I think, Park, all that you've shared with us today so far, I think it's all extremely remarkable and inspirational. So I'm really hoping through this podcast, so many people learn so much more about you and your life and get further inspired to excel in their respective spheres of life. All right. And now we move to our second game where I ask our guest to tell three statements. Two of them have to be truths, one of them has to be a lie. And I have to try and guess which one is a lie. And I'm sure in your case, Park, I mean, everything that you keep telling about yourself makes me more and more shocked and in awe of your capabilities. So let's hear three statements and I'll try my level best to see if I can guess which one is a lie.
Okay. I'm ready with a three statement. The first one, I worked to distribute tabloids and newspaper before. Second statement, I love playing guitars since I was young. The third statement, I like to watch Korean drama. Which one is lie?
Okay, that's a tough one. So, if I really look at it, given some of the aspects you've told about your past and about your childhood days, I would say that maybe the first one is a truth, and you have carried out that activity of delivery. The second one, I did mention in the introduction, incidentally, that you play the guitar. So I know you play that, but there is a possibility that maybe you didn't play that from your childhood days. So maybe I'll come back to that. Let me see. And the third one was Korean drama. Okay, let me presume, at least back here, in India, Korean drama is very popular. I will presume that in other parts of Southeast Asia also it might be popular. So I will say that you do like watching Korean drama, and the first one, as I said, was the truth. The second one, you do play the guitar, but you've not been playing that from a young age. So I would go that that is a lie. So am I right out here?
Yes, you're right. So yeah, so I think the story, Anurag. When I studied, I got scholarship to study in the Australia, right? So I did my side job to distribute the tabloid and newspaper, so I can send money to my mother for my sister also going to university. So that's it was during that time. So the third things I like Korean drama. Yes, it's true. Because of my wife, because because only two of us now in my house, right? All my kids study abroad, so sometimes I need to accompany her to watch the Korean drama. Then I watch many Korean drama because of that. The second thing is actually I played guitars starting from 1 year ago during the last year batik. The story was, so 6 weeks before last year batik, my team challenging me. They say that, Pak Budi, if you just singing, everyone already know. Can we challenge you to play guitar during the welcome dinner for the last year batiks? And it was 6 weeks before the event. And I never played guitar before. So it's quite challenging. So I invited, a private teacher to teach me how to play guitar. And purposely, I just play one song. I pick one song, and then I start, to learn how to play guitar. And then finally, during the opening ceremony for the, not opening ceremony, but the welcome dinner of Batik last year, I played the guitar in front of maybe about 400, more than 400 guests. So actually, it was really quite stressful for me, but I did it. So one thing that I want to show to my team is nothing is impossible. I take the challenge and show them that nothing is impossible. Even though if you had not done it before, it doesn't mean that you cannot do it. So this is what I show to my team. Yeah, hope it is inspiring them.
Amazing. So, firstly, I am personally very happy that I was able to crack the third statement, as in the statement which was a lie. And Over and above that, once again, Park, I am amazed. So, even at this point of time when you would be having so many other priorities, and we all keep complaining that we don't have time, we don't have all the energy and the time to start new activities. And it's amazing to see that, in spite of all the constraints, you have managed to pull out time, which just goes to show that if we put our heart and mind to it, there is nothing that we can't do.
Mhm.
So amazing.
Yeah.
All right, Park. And a final question of this section. So, I'm sure over and above all these things, maybe you're fond of reading some books or watching some movies. So, if there is something which is your favorite, something you'd like to share with us today, what would that be?
Yeah, I read a lot of books. I read some novels like science fiction, the adventure novel, and also like to watch a movie. Beside that, Korean drama, of course. One movie that really I like is maybe you also know about this movie, Anurag. It's Life of Pi.
Yes, I'm aware.
So because I like that movie is because even though you are stranded in the ocean, right? What you need to do is just keeping your hope, right? Because the hope is what makes you alive. And sometimes you need also get along or accompanied with something risky or dangerous. If you see from that movie, that guy, the Patel, P. Patel, need to be on the same boat with the Bengal tiger, right? Richard Parker, he gave it a
Right,
name, right?
right.
So this is just showing in if we reflect it to our life. Sometimes you need to get along with some of the risky thing, and then at the same time you need to keep in mind that you still hope, how difficult the situation, that there is always a hope that may change your future. So I think that's something that I learned from that movie. I like this kind of movie, similar like maybe the old time like the books like Robinson Crusoe that about surviving, about the hope. So I like that kind of the movie or books. Yeah.
Wonderful, Park. And once again, yes, you're right that there is so much to learn from that story as well. All right. And with that, Park, while we've been having a great time and I'd love to keep going on, but I understand that time is of essence. So I'll come to our final section, our sign off section. So, two quick questions here. If somebody wants to meet Park or if somebody wants to reach out to Park Budi, what are some of the best ways of meeting you or reaching out to you?
Yeah, of course, everyone can contact me on the LinkedIn or sending me on the email. But the event that I'm going to attend, the next event is next month on the Capacity Europe in London. I'll be there. And if not in London, maybe after that is Capacity Asia in Singapore. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, to all our listeners, if anybody wants to get a chance to meet this fantastic individual and learn so much about him, you have all these fantastic events taking place. And over and above that, I know for a fact that his doors are always open and he is extremely approachable, and you can always reach out to him. And with that, Park, we come to our final question, our signature question. What does being human mean to you? What sort of a human being would you want the world to remember you as?
Anurag, my religion teach me about the concept of why human being like us should exist in this world is to give love and compassion to all the peoples and to all the mankind and universe. So I think I stick on that. So for us, the most important thing is how we can be valuable and helping other peoples. From my background, is always what I have in mind. Without the help from others, also I'm not to be like the people what I'm today. So I want people to remember me as a people that caring to others and helping them to get the best of them. So and one day, this is my dream. If I'm retired, then I'll put most of my time to help people, to give them hope, maybe focusing some of the on the education, giving them a chance to get a good education and become a successful person. Yeah.
Wonderful, Park. And I think those are such noble thoughts. And given all that you've achieved in life, I think I have no doubt that whatever are your aspirations for the rest of your life, those will also definitely come true and you will definitely achieve those and so much more.
Thanks. Thank you.
And on that note, Pak Budi, thank you so much. As I said, that I understand that you would be having so many engagements and everything is pressing for your time. I remember that in Batak, you were literally running around because there was so much of action happening around and you were literally at the middle of everything. And yet, every time somebody would come up and talk to you, you would make that person feel so welcome.
Yeah.
So, we at Humans of Telecom, thank you for your time. And I do hope that in the coming few months, we get a chance to interact with each other once again and learn so much more about you.
Thanks, Anurag, for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pak Budi. And to all our wonderful listeners here, thanks a lot for tuning into the show. We hope this episode gave you a good glimpse of the human side of Budi Purba, someone who has risen from such a humble background, but his hard work has brought him to where he is today, and yet he operates from a space of humility. Someone who comes with a forever learning attitude and believes that nothing is impossible. Someone with so many facets about him which are difficult to keep track of. An actor, a sportsman, an artist, and whatnot. And most of all, someone who is such a fantastic source of inspiration for all of us. That for us is Budi Purba. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, do stay tuned in because we shall soon be releasing yet another episode and another compelling story from the telecom space. And do follow the podcast on your preferred streaming channel. On behalf of Humans of Telecom, this is your host Anurag Aggarwal signing off for now. Take care.